Redpill is probably the greatest community that's been the most needed one in current times. And what it tells you, the truth it shows you in the world we live in, it's absolutely necessary. But Redpill is also one of the most destructive communities and the most addictive ones you can stumble upon. Let me explain. And the thing with Redpill is this. It really saves man. There is no question about that. It tells you the reality of current world. It tells you about the principles you gotta have as a man. It talks about self-improvement, standards, your mental clarity, power, and all of those constructive and positive things. It exposes women and their games. It exposes weak men. It exposes some of the evil, let's say, behind this world. But the problem with Redpill is that this is a very strict community. This is the type of mysterious community to which you have to enter. You gotta, go higher and higher and higher, and you just gotta learn this, do that, expose this game, expose this stuff. And too much is too much. And while some truths behind Redpill are definitely there, the overall harshness and strictness of this philosophy, of this lifestyle, can be very damaging for men and women. And in a certain way, it was definitely for me. I mean, it saved me, but it also screwed me, because while I build in myself, I would like to say that, the unbroken strength in many ways, I don't know if it's true or not, but I just like to think that way, it also broke me in a certain way that I stopped seeing people as people. I just saw games, I just saw dirtiness in this world, and my perception about people and trust are not there. So it's very hard for me to trust, and this is good. I mean, in today's world, this is good actually. But when you don't tell you, I told myself when to stop, when to combine Redpill with life, with the constructive life, with the idea of relationship, with the idea of some more constructive achievements. Then it was okay. But when you go this path of harshness, of seeing every woman as bad, of seeing every woman playing something, of seeing every man as weak and everybody as stupid, not disciplined and weak, this is the moment it gets bad. And it gets even worse when you just gotta watch the endless videos coming from Redpill and know this one trick about women, this one game they are playing, and just keep getting into this rabbit hole that never ends. And eventually you wake up in this rabbit hole being stuck and not being able to do anything because you just went too far. And that's the true danger of Redpill, because while it's good, the harshness, the strictness, and the centeredness upon certain ideas is very destructive. And the radical movements coming behind it, some amount of hatred, and people who are very much hurt and need help, the people who cannot communicate and instead they just call themselves Sigmas, the people who watched one guide and suddenly, are the guru masters. This is the danger. And, it was dangerous. It was in some ways also destructive for me, a guy who's about to finish psychology. So I've been studying psychology for 5 years, and it was hard for me to accept that when you're in a relationship, you gotta communicate, that you gotta certain things are not as Redpill shows you. They are not as harsh, they are not as brutal. They can be if you make them, and Redpill will help you and can help you and has the potential to do so. But once it gets too much, you realize that it becomes very destructive. So watch out for this, my friends.